Welcome back to the channel, everyone. And today we're going to be going over the Stormbreaker. This is a 21700 triple parallel box mod from vaperz Cloud. And sitting on top I have the Asgard. Now, this mod is one hefty chunky boy of a mod. There's no way around that. The house is three 2700s or 21700 batteries. It is completely mechanical. You have a switch, your door panel, which has no hinges. It's a straight off door panel. I'll show you here in a quick second. Sometimes the handle can be a little difficult to get off. I have three 21700s, Samsung 30Ts as always. And then on the inside, there you can see it has like a kind of a black coated case. And there's three positive terminals. And then a spring-loaded 510 pin with an O-ring around it. Now this mod is chunky. It is beefy, yet feels rather ergonomical and quite comfortable in the hands. See if I can get that switch back in. Now this mod is designed for things like it's designed for atomizers like the Asgard, the Valhalla, but it's designed for pretty low builds. Probably the safest you could go on here would probably be about a 0.8, 0.9, but not lower than that. So the important thing to remember about a parallel box mod is that it's still 4.2 volts at fresh charge, but the amp load is split between all the different batteries. And since there's three batteries, it's split between three different batteries instead of like a two parallel box mod. And does it kick out the flavor? And does it kick out the power? Battery life for days. The addition that I have is the green with the black splatter. There's your button. It's a fairly hard press of a button. You know, the button, it's not floppy, it's not flimsy, it doesn't feel like it's going to break. It's kind of like has like a plastic on the outside, but then the inside is all metal. I had to take apart the rule breaker, because when you get that, you have to take it apart, and I'll kind of go over that when I do the review for that. Now this mod, I mean, it's fairly ergonomical. I thumb fire with it. And I have some 0.12 ohm aliens in here. If you go kind of any lower than that, I feel like it gets a little too whistly and whooshy, and then it's not as satisfying of a vape that I've discovered. But it's chunky. I mean, you have three 21700 batteries in here. It's not something that you can just slip inside of your pocket. This thing goes into like the side part of a backpack or something. It's not going maybe into like a hoodie pocket, but that's probably about it. It's not what you call a pocket-friendly mod. But another thing to remember when it comes to parallel box mods is that the MAHs stack. So if you have three batteries that have 3000 mAh, that's 9000 mAh. So you have 3000 mAh that is split for a whatever build you have on here. So the battery is going to last you a good whole day, 2 days, could be even longer, depending upon your build. but it's basically the equivalent of running a single battery mech mod. Excuse me, but the power is split between 3 different batteries. Now, this can fit up to like a 38 to a 39 millimeter of Valhalla, which I do not own, um, which I would show you if I had. Goes, it goes up to the edge. It's designed for big, this box mod itself is designed for low ohm builds, basically between zero point 0.8 to about 0.5. That's where you're going to get the best vape out of a device like this. Um, I really like the finish on it. It feels nice. I mean, it's super lightweight when there's no batteries in it. Because it's basically just a hollowed out piece of metal. The top plate does come off. The very top plate where your atomizer sits does come off. So when it comes time to do cleaning, it's a little bit of a hassle. There's 6 screws you got to pull out, and it can kind of be a nightmare. But that's part of mechanical mod maintenance. I really like the inlay that they have on there. I mean, it's clean. It has like that, Norwegian like Thor style of what's the word that they have? I don't remember. Like Northology or whatever it's called. Um, Text on here, but it's clean. It's sleek. I do like the design, the color. There's there's like grips basically on the front, so when you hold it, it feels grippy. It just feels like a massive fucking piece of metal in your hand. And it pumps out the power, which is really nice. Um, so like there are some people that like to do like comp builds like 0.08s, 0.07, which is fairly not a safe. Um, it wouldn't be safe on like a single battery, but with a dual and or triple parallel, it's still gonna bust out the power, but it's gonna be safer for your batteries because you're not pushing all that amperage out of just one battery. It's going to be coming out of 3 batteries with a device like this. Plus, like a 0.7, 0.8, it's going to be a pretty hot vape. It wasn't exactly the type of vape I was looking for with the first coils that I put in there, so I did throw in some frame staples. Um, about a 0.12, but it feels good. It hits nice, especially with the Asgard. If you don't have the right coils in there, I don't like the way it vapes. But a vaperz cloud box mod, you know, works really well with a vaperz cloud atomizer on the rule breaker, and you'll see that I have quite a bit different atomizer on there, but I still like it. Overall, it's definitely not something that you're going to be bringing with you if you're going to be going out and running errands. It's not designed for that. It's designed, for something to sit on your work desk, or if you do bring into work, you can have it on break or something, but not something for just everyday going out about use. Now, the throw for the battery is it's definitely a harder throw. I mean, you have to earn that vape. You have to, I mean, it's a heavy copper pin that goes in and makes contact where the 510 plate is. That's where all your other contacts are up on top. And there's a spring in there, and it's a hard push. You gotta earn that vape. I'll kind of go over the contacts here. At the very bottom, this is what your contacts look like. So basically, you have, for all 3 negatives, and then these, those 2 little fins. There's 2 little screws there. I don't know how well it'll pick that up if you can see that, but that's basically where those sit. And I want to say it's almost kind of like a ground, but I would be, but since I'm not an expert on that factor of why they did that, I'm not the person to ask to answer that question. And it is really nice. You can adjust these. If you notice that they are quite thin, it's so that you can adjust them, so that way you can make better contact with your batteries and prevent battery rattle, basically. And kind of shake it, there's no battery rattle. But overall, it's a thick, nice mod. It feels good in the hands. It doesn't feel like you're holding a. It doesn't weigh like a brick, but it feels like you're holding a brick. Which, for what it is, for sitting around the house, if you want to just sit and blow clouds while you're watching TV, this is a good mod to have. Um, so yeah, overall, um, if you're looking for something that chucks clouds and has battery life 4 days, this is a good mod for you to pick up. I've been enjoying it since I have it. The nice thing is the difference between this and the rule breaker is that this is ready to fire out of the box. Basically, throw on an atomizer, pop your batteries in, make sure they are married batteries because they do. It's 3 batteries, but they should be married. And if you don't know what that means, basically it means 3 batteries that use together all the time. Which basically means these 3 batteries will not be able to be used in any other device other than a triple battery mod. So either in this mod or in the rule breaker. Because when batteries are married and you separate them, you can't marry them back together. It puts a lot of stress on the batteries, and it's not a healthy way to run batteries. Your batteries they're not going to last as long, and they're not going to work as well. So yeah, my final thoughts on the Stormbreaker, not the rule breaker. There's too many breakers. Maybe they should have just had like a fuse and then the breaker. That would have been way more convenient. Oops. That was a burnt hit. There we go. Got a mess here. So yeah, that is my thoughts on the Stormbreaker, not the Rule Breaker, Stormbreaker triple parallel box mod from vaperz Cloud. Price range, I believe, God, how much did I get it for? It's like 180, 200 roughly in that area. I think, can't remember. I got it on sale, so but you can pick it up from vaperz Cloud's website, EV Cigarettes, Sky Vapors. If you're into chucking clouds, this is a mod for you. Until then, I will see you on the next review.